It's the holiday season, that time of year when we look forward to getting together with family and friends to celebrate, well, whatever you celebrate. Perhaps it's Christmas, perhaps it's bringing in the new year, or some other year-end tradition. But let's be frank here for a second. Are you really looking forward to it? I mean, when you think about getting together with family, do you get this tightness in the pit of your stomach? Do you find that you are washing in a sea of anxiety and apprehension about having to show up in that space with those people you love, but who drive you absolutely insane? Believe it or not, even if you have a high maintenance family, it's possible for you to have a low, or at least a lower stress holiday. I'm going to share with you some tips for how you might take care of you and shift how you show up in that anxious holiday space so you can have a little bit of fun this year. Let's start with the basics. If you want to show up and have a good time and make sure that other people around you do as well, you got to follow rule number one, which is to take your own oxygen first. So ask yourself, what are the things that I am doing to take care of me so that when I show up, I can really be there? If you're someone who needs time for yourself, are you making time to every once in a while perhaps read a good book? Are you making time for exercise? Get out there and walk and notice how your stress falls away and you feel better. And then there's the food. Oh my gosh, holiday events are often filled with high-fat, high-calorie things that people have concocted to really stimulate our taste buds. Every once in a while, you got to go back to the stuff that you know makes you feel good. Love my rice cakes. Once you've managed to fill your oxygen tank, the next thing you need to do is make sure it doesn't have any leaks. Take a look at the things that actually drain your energy. I was talking to a woman the other day who was going on and on and on about all the holiday parties that she was attending, and then she let it slip. Oh, I have to go to these. Well, no you don't actually. One of the ways to manage your stress is to every once in a while say no to something. You know, I've got all my friends here with me. If each of these represents an obligation that I have, now's a good time to take a few of them and dump them and say, you know what, I give myself permission to let go of some of this stuff. I don't have to carry it all around with me all the time. When you give yourself permission to lay down some of your burdens and some of your responsibilities, even for a short period of time, you get that energy back and you are going to show up and be a lot more fun to be around. Another basic to remember is that you have the power to respond to your environment. You can choose your attitude. Emotions are contagious. And anytime you get within about 4 or 5 feet of another person and you're crossing personal space with them, whatever emotion they are feeling will be pushing onto you a little bit, and whatever emotion you're feeling is going to be pushing onto them a little bit. So think about this. What is the emotional space in which you'd like most of your holiday interactions to occur? If it's anger, then show up like this. If it's sadness, show up like this. If it's fear, show up like this. If it's confrontation, then show up like this. And if it is happiness or optimism, think tall, think solid. Take a deep breath every once in a while, which calms your emotions and helps you stay stable. So if you do encounter somebody else who's kind of like, I want to get in your face, if you're over here breathing deeply in a nice, solid, grounded body, what's going to happen is your emotion is going to be dominant over their emotion, and you're going to have a more positive interaction with them no matter who they are or no matter how they showed up. And remember, everything I've talked about here is not just about your personal celebration of holidays. It also applies in the workplace. How you show up, how you speak to other people, how you care for yourself, how you declutter your environment and eliminate the stressors in your situation, those are all going to impact how you show up and lead others. Finally, remember that leadership is not about a title, nor is it even just about the workplace. Anyone can be a leader in any situation who pays attention to and intentionally nurtures a positive emotional space for themselves such that they create a less stress environment for others. Happy holidays.